done. All of our first and second choice trappers are completely out. So what's going to happen is you're going to play one more game with this group, and then you're going to stay here, and I'm going to get another group of 4 people. You'll continue to stay playing trapper, and then we'll go ahead and get another 4 people for another round with everything going. So everyone have fun, and good luck. Okay, sorry, let me go ahead and pay attention. So I should be uploading these YouTube videos. Usually they're uploaded within about a half a week. Usually they should be uploaded before Thursday. I usually upload my Thursday videos over the weekend, and then the videos on my Saturday to go up through the week through Thursday. So worst case scenario, they'll be up Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, those kinds of days for the videos that we are streaming tonight. That being the case, okay, I stand corrected. So TA is a organization. It's kind of like a community. Like, think of it as a giant guild that spans over like hundreds. I want to say hundreds, maybe not hundreds, but a lot of games. They're in dozens and dozens of games. So yeah, okay. So Dark Matter explained it. Yeah, kind of like goons, but like 1/1,000,000th the size.
Only goons goes after.
But no, you did a good job explaining it, Dark. That being the case, I have to read Game of Thrones right now.
No, which story are you reading to Aiden?
So Boros, so I answered your question. I will be uploading those videos. So I cannot confirm nor deny that Striker will be the monster, but if I had a magic 8-ball, it would probably say sources say yes. Spoilers. Let me finish my dinner.
Without choking on it, please.
Hey, I'm alive.
What's the best perk for Hank?
It depends. If you think you're going to get focused, damage reduction. If you think that you're going to have to be doing a lot of protecting other people, capacity or reload. It just kind of depends on if you want upfront burst or if you want like back and forth, or reload speed if you want a lot more orbitals and cloaks. Well, no, sorry, just cloaks. Orbitals aren't affected just yet. They will in a little while. Huh? Well, personally, I think that having the cloak, I think class skills in general.
I meant by wordplay. I mean, if it's reload speed, I want all my spell abilities to be reloaded.
But yeah, no. Well, I understand that, but I disagree with having reload speed affect class perks. I don't think they should. Yeah. Having it affect cloak and a heal and things like that, and dome and personal shield, and your weapons is a little too strong, I think.
And if they said excluded class abilities, I'd be fine. But I hate games that sit there and say one thing and then you put simple logic to it and it goes to shit.
Yeah. Hey Troll, did you ever go ahead in my Twitch stream? Go ahead and let me know what your first and second preference would be if you were a hunter or a monster. Because I don't think I don't know if I saw it or not in the chat. Oops, sorry. Say what?
That movies are frowned upon.
Oh, the recordings? Yeah, everything's live.
Yeah.
Yep. Earth does not believe in recorded history. So for all you know, this might not even be history. Or be, the future. After this, Troll, I'll see who's still left in the chat, and then I'll figure out who the next group will be. Sorry, I'm eating, not talking. So it looks like they pinged them. I'm not too sure why they didn't go this way. I don't know if they saw earlier pings going over here. Really nice sensor placement. Got 2 big major areas, kind of covering the ins and outs of this little area. So pretty good area. It looks like he's just kind of trying away. Not the biggest fan. Okay, so it looks like he's got 1 point in all 3 skills again. I'm not a huge fan of this build. I know a lot of people do it, but Lightning Strike is loud. You're not going to farm food with it. 1 point in Lightning Strike's never going to hit you anywhere. It's just going to slow you down. I mean, well, right now, with the Kraken bugs, is crap. No. Nom 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 nom. Oh, this could be very, very good just because of that one Tyrant. Oh, Meldity's almost down. Oh, this was a bad Oh. Fantastic. Okay, so nice recovery. So really, really good. Okay, so Hank is doing good on his shield, and everyone's getting back up to full health. Really, really strong. Really, really, really good job. So I'd like to see Griffin start using his harpoon gun to either bring him down or just keep shooting the monster in the face. Really nice harpoon. So Zalzin's being focused. I like that he's up there. Nice little hidey spot. So this is exactly how you play Kraken. You don't, nobody get below half health. Everyone play defensively. It doesn't matter if you're doing tons of damage or not. You just want to get him low. I feel like he could probably doing, there we go. There's a little bit of damage. So right now he needs to rely on Kyra to keep him alive. And then just keep on shooting the monster. Very, very good pressure. Really good pressure. I'd like to see a bit more, or not orbital, cutting laser from Zalzin. Every little bit of damage helps against a Kraken because, again, you're focusing on being defensive. So if the monster's not going after you, you're just going to be doing free headshot damage. So they finally broke the armor, and they did maybe a splinter of health. But again, there's that turnaround that I do not really agree with, because a lot of people could just turn around and shoot you in the face. Especially with a Griffin, these three people have the most accurate guns in their respective classes. Like the laser cutter is deadly accurate. Okay, I apologize. Cabot's got the most accurate. But still, the laser cutter, Griffin, and Markov, their long-range guns are extremely accurate and you can be getting headshots. So I would be very, very hesitant to turn around against this group as much as possible. And it's a little thing, but whenever you eat food, always try and have your back, because especially as Kraken, they'll most likely hit your limbs doing half damage instead of your face, which is doing twice as much damage. So just little things. I do like that they're continuing to put aggression, and I like this. I like that they're going this way, that he's going for the cutoff. Fantastic. I think Griffin might be able to go ahead and get this trapper going. I've played with Meldity excuse me. I've played with Meldity before, and he's a really, really solid trapper. He's very knowledgeable about this. He's hanging back. Oh, he's going through the building. Very, very interesting. I'm surprised nobody's called out that he's not going this way. Like, did they all lose sight of him? Oh, there's a sound spike. I feel like that nobody saw him go away, because if they did, they didn't ping or anything, and the trapper was already committed to going through the middle. So good play on the Kraken, being able to sneak through, but I feel that was more of a misplay on the Hunters than a good monster play. Oh, here we go, getting some nice 6 meat. Oh wow, he's pretty low on the evolution stage. Okay, so now he's ready to evolve. I didn't even realize that. So that was actually, well, the monster's being a little bit slow. So Meldity going off for the cutoff. He is a little ahead of the support, so he needs to be careful. Granted, it is Hank, so Hank should be able to go ahead and shield him. But I feel like that Meldity should be able to go ahead and get a dome here. There we go. Solid dome. Right, ready for an engagement. I feel that the Kraken's not going to be doing spectacular. The Hunters. I feel like it's going to take too long for the Assault and Medic to get into the fight. And that dome went down really early that I don't think they're going to break the armor on this fight. So the best thing they can do is kind of chase him off and kind of pressure him into evolving into a bad spot. I'm a big fan of people waiting a little bit longer to dome. Especially if the monster is engaging you. Chip off even just 25% of that armor, because that's 5 to 10 seconds of extra permanent health damage inside that dome, and that wouldn't have been there normally. So I do like that they're, for the most part, keeping on a group. I'm not a big fan of using that orbital. With Hank and a Kraken, the only time you should ever see an orbital is when they're evolving or when you're being attacked as Hank. So if the Kraken, if the dome went down right now, the Kraken could evolve pretty much anywhere without fear of reprisal from losing from a Hank. Like this group is actually fairly light on the damage, and so I feel like you could literally just evolve on top of them and there really isn't too much to do, because you don't have to worry about that. And again, well, he's got full armor, so this is fine facing backwards. But whenever you have no armor, it's very, very scary and dangerous for a Kraken to turn around backwards. So right now he probably will be flying to right here. This is a nice little evolution little spot. It will be in range of a bombardment, but oh wow, that is a spectacularly close engage. So I feel that they're going to be able to dome and start shooting him really, 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 really soon. I'd like to see what happens. There's that lightning gun, do a little bit of damage. Ooh, their orbital. There was, I think that if Griffin had his harpoon gun, I think that would have been really, really good. So 3 strike and 3 banshee. So you're kind of an all-in build. Ooh, and Hank's in a very bad spot. 1 vortex and ooh, yep. Let's see if he gets out of there. Okay, let's get rid of that map. So just be careful. You don't really want to be on the high ground because those 2 people, easy target. It looks like he's focusing on the trapper. I'd like to see some shields from Hank on the trapper. There we go. Fantastic. But everyone's all grouped up. Look at that. That's just like, that's a very bad death trap. So let's see. Okay, so there's that. So again, grouping up a lot, but they're doing good. See, they're slowly doing damage. That's all you need to worry about. Keep everyone above half health so you can't get insta-gibbed. Keep everyone off of high ground and just slow. Oh, someone might go down here. Oh, very close. Oh, I think Zalzin's going to... Oh, that was a very clutch Portkey. That was an amazing, nice Kyra heal burst. But he is a little low. 1 lightning. Oh, there comes a lightning. Oh, and there's the down. So 1 down for a huge chunk of health is spectacular. So they'll get up, but it looks like, see, he's turning around. He's just getting free headshot damage. I feel that this is... ooh, Meldity's going to go down. Oh, very bad. Yeah, so I feel like he went in, and that's exactly what Kraken does. You look for opportunity moments, and so that happened to be one. And so right now, I would like to see much more punishment. There's no reason you need 2 people here. Kyra should never pick people up off the ground. Keep using a gun. Oh, and Sound's going to go down. Oh, I feel that was a very big misplay on the Hunters. I feel like Portkey should have been healing that, Zalzin and the Assault shooting Kraken in the face just over and over again. That's all you need to do. And so the Kraken's going to get 3 strikes out of that instead of just the 1. So I feel like that was a bad misplay. Kyra should never really be picking people up. I see a lot of Kyra doing that from time to time, and especially if the monster's focusing them. You do a much better job of just healing, because then A, you're not both taking damage, and B, he has to split his attention, because if he hits both of you with 1 skill, he's winning. So Assault, once again, up in the lead. I feel he's a little aggressive. I'd like to see him just kind of shooting and pinging him just to put a little bit of pressure, but I wouldn't like to see him get too much closer than this. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel. Yeah. There you go. Watch out for the vortex. Scoot to the side. Keep on shooting. Really good job denying food. And here we go. Oh, there's the pounce. Where's his personal shield? There's the personal shield. And the dome. So this is actually a pretty good dome because the monster had low armor. Or not low armor, but I mean like 3/4. So this should be pretty good. So the monster right now might be playing a little defensively, but he's got 3 targets to choose from. So whenever you have a strike, basically puts a big bullseye on you. Oh, Portkey might be going down. There's the lightning strike opening, and that group up. So much group up. Be very careful. Zalzin needs to be careful, but it looks like the Portkey recovered, and now Zalzin's taking a bit of damage. So right now they're doing a good job. Again, just if you have less than half health, don't even worry about focusing on doing damage. Focus on surviving, getting out of there, not grouping up, and just let the rest of your team punish the monster for you. I feel like a Kraken is very much a good strategy against them. Is treat it like a 3 versus 1. So one of you's running around like a girl. Oh, and perfect, fantastic, great shield timing for Sound. Really good. Lure in the monster, and look at this, slowly chipping. That's exactly what you want to do. Someone's low, you just scoot him out, and then the other 3 people punish. And again, turning backwards, and oh, I don't agree with this. Everyone's got relatively full health outside of strikes, so this is just opening you up to free damage. I don't really agree with this. Flying backwards is not really good. That being the case, the Kraken is doing a decent job of trying to keep him away, but again, full health, really good job. Portkey's doing a really good job being our medic. Meldity's a little low. They might be able to use Meldity to bait out the monster to come back after him, because it seems like that they can get the monster to follow after them. And there's Sound with low health, so he needs to be really careful about going around a corner and just getting a face full of lightning. Okay, so it looks like he's getting his energy bar back up. He's getting his electrolytes, because it's what the body craves. 2-hour chicken. Or 3. Wow. I really do forget to eat sometimes. So, again, ooh, that orbital is actually pretty good. It's deterring the monster, and you're going to get the sloth out of the way, too. I'm not normally a big fan of people using orbitals like that, especially against a chasing monster. That one wasn't terrible because if you do engage the monster there, you don't have to worry about the stupid sloth. So, mixed feelings about that. Okay, so it looks like, so once again, Zilla's kind of staying to the same route, and so that's going to limit the food that he gets. So this actually could be a really, really good, ooh, look at that. That's a nice little juke. I gotta be quiet. But these two people are going to see him. They have to see him. Oh. And this is going to be very, very bad for Zalzin. Let's see if we get those long-range Cairo heals. Oh, and sound. Ooh, that was close. Really good recovery. Good recovery on that. I really like that. I feel like a good monster probably could have gotten a strike or two out of there. And sound just being a little bit under topped off. So if you ever have less than or 50% health or less, be like Kraken just needs one lightning strike and you're gone. So the really important, like the 50 to 60% is the magic number. Any health less than that, go around corners, don't be aggressive, because Kraken punishes aggressive hunters. So the biggest thing to do is to just not be aggressive. Again, slow pokes, you know, death of 1,000 paper cuts. So this is going to be the final evolution for the monster. Let's see what he's probably going to put 3 points into. I hope it's not Aftershock, just because I don't want to see Aftershock. Aftershock is horribly broken. So I'd like to see all the rest of the skills maxed out. Yay, good. Just because Aftershock's really strong. So full health, or not full health, no armor, but full half health. So Kraken's going to try and take to the skies. So this place is, you can't really cheese because you don't want to be on the top of the ceiling. So everyone needs to kind of spread out, use some of these pillars. This is a nice little area to circle around and run circles in. This is a nice little area, and just slowly chip. You know, one person do damage, they chip. Whenever somebody gets focused, they go and hide. But really good stop. I really do like support being up here regardless, even though it is, it's easy to get Vortex off, but it's hard to get lightning up there. So the Kraken, not finding a favorable condition back there, is going to play keep away, hoping that he can bait somebody in here. And Sound is about to go down. Oh, fantastic! Good shield. But Sound needs to be a little bit careful about not being too aggressive. Zalzin by himself is probably going to go down here, and oh, so close. Fantastic cloaking by Zalzin. The biggest thing though, oh, and Sound is going to go down because his personal shield's up. Okay, so Sound is down. I feel like Zalzin probably could have used that orbital a little bit earlier, and definitely not there. So with Sound giving the damage down, everyone else really needs to step up the damage and put pressure on the monster. So now the monster, from their previous experience, will go back here, do a little bit of food harvesting and come back, but it's going to be taking them a while, which means that they should have plenty of time to go ahead. And without an assault, I probably wouldn't chase more. I feel like they don't need to chase, especially with an assault. I don't know how I feel about this. That being the case, I do like fighting out here as much as possible. Kyra can come in, throw a grenade on Kraken, get him off. You can also have somebody way back here as well. But this is an okay area to fight. There's pillars that break line of sight, but they don't want to get domed right in the middle, because you don't want to be necessarily in the building. And so Zilla is taking a little while to get food, just because he's already starved out this little ecosystem back here. It'd be interesting if you let 1 or 2 foods survive, that they have a chance to multiply and replenish a little bit faster. That way it gives you incentive not to just absolutely eat everything. Looks like he already... Oh, there's a couple of bodies here. There we go. Like, I see them. They're not eaten. Okay, so it looks like that they're setting up out here. This area is actually not bad, but the problem is this little fishbowl area, there's no real good cover against the Kraken here. Like, this is actually a very terrible spot. Against the Kraken, though, I do like the fact that you can shoot, so you can actually use this little hole here. Let's see if I can use Hank. So you can actually aim right there and shoot him off the relay over and over again. And it's pretty annoying because, like... So where's the shooting? Start shooting. Somebody shoot him. Why is nobody shooting him? I don't understand. What the hell? There's no reason to let the relay go for any amount of damage. There we go. So it looks like the dropship's over there. They should all be going over to where that dropship is landing right now. But this is a very... Oh, and they're all grouped up. They're all grouped up. This could be very, very, very scary. Oh my gosh, so scary. So the assault's coming down. So let's see. So it looks like Kraken's kind of just playing up on top. So these two... and he's going after the relay again. So it looks like he's going to try and force the hunters in here, which is a kind of a scary engagement area. I would just shoot him once or twice and get back out. That's going to knock somebody away. Not much damage, but they're all grouped up. Look at that. So Zalzin could be very focused right here. There's the lightning strike. And one or two more hits, and that's it. And he'll go down. Oh, good job breaking line of sight. Oh, I feel that he probably could have abused the monster in the L room, but we'll see. So I would like to see Kyra just shooting this person. So it looks like he might... Oh, really good damage. So he's getting chased away, but there's 2 strikes on support and the assault. That's scary. Okay, so again, I'd much rather see her shooting because that's just begging for a Banshee and whatnot. So now if they regroup... Yeah, so Zalzin is in a very bad spot. So Sound has at least a personal shield. So once he goes, like once you get to 20%, see this is the hard part. Because once you put strikes on there, Kraken is a very scary monster. So all you have to do is hit the assault once, and if he doesn't shield, you can one-shot him. If he does shield, you wait a few seconds, and then you one-shot him. So it's really hard at 2 points. So these 2 people are the biggest link, or the weakest link. And I'd love to see Meldity and Port actually stick their faces out so that they're the ones drawing attention. And again, here's him trying to farm food. They might even be able to win on time if the Kraken doesn't get going here soon. So I do like that they're doing a little bit of just shooting just in the general direction of the monster. Let's see where they're setting up. So this is the general area. I don't like fighting around this. This isn't high enough ground. This is kind of, but these areas back here, these 3 units are really good for fighting against Kraken. Everything else is kind of a bust. So Kraken having to commit with really low armor, so the hunters should be in a strong area. And here goes Zalzin, yeah. Really, really hard to keep anybody up once they hit 2 strikes on them. Oh, and there comes Sound. Where's Sound's personal shield? Oh, so close. Nope. Good job. I'd like to see Hank do a little bit more shielding. The biggest thing is just to keep your damage dealers alive. Keep that Domer up. That's his biggest objective, is to keep Meldity alive. So if that dome goes, you kind of lose your momentum. And there's Meldity. Let's see what happens. Is he going to escape, or is he just going to commit? Fantastic. So the hunters are in a very, very strong position right now. Sound might be going down in a few seconds, but the best thing is they have time on their hand. And again, facing backwards when you have no armor is a big no-no. I strongly do not like it. So now that he's got more food over here, so back here, there's actually going to be a big share. Oh, Meldity, all by himself. Fantastic.
I was expecting full reach. I mean, wood.
No, I was gonna...
GG.
GG.
Got greedy
You
too.
should have killed me back there.
My stuff were pissing him.
Okay. So good job overall. I feel that Kraken, there were a couple of times when I felt that the hunters were in really bad positionings, and I felt that Kraken could have abused it. Hank was dangerously close to getting down a few times, and I felt that the Kraken would have been worth a slight amount of health damage just to go after him. But just because that's how Kraken works. Like once you see somebody at half health, I don't care how much armor I have, I will go after that person and take the strike any day. Because once you get 2 strikes on somebody against a Kraken, it's like impossible to keep them alive. And so you were doing a really good job about focusing the right targets. Really good job overall. But I need to stop saying I apologize. Give me a second. I need to think. Brain bad.
Okay.
Very good damage, or very good in general, though. The biggest thing against Kraken is if 3 of you are... so if Kraken is focused on somebody, the moment you get 50 to 60% health or less, go behind a pillar and start playing the defensive game, because then you have 3 people punishing the Kraken, and the Kraken's going to probably try and chase those other people. If he disengages, that person heals up, and then you have somebody else get focused, and you wash, rinse, and repeat. That's the greatest strength you have against a Kraken, is finding something that's at least a jetpack high boost dodge or higher pillar, and just keep running around in circles, because breaking line of sight is the best way to mitigate like 80% of the Kraken's damage. It's really hard for a Kraken to work when the people are being cockroaches on the base of pillars. That being said, though, like even if you don't only have a bar of armor in each engagement, eventually you'll win, just because defense is so important, and Kraken can really punish aggressive hunters. There were a couple of times when, for instance, Sound was at the front, and he just got a free strike. So once the first strike went down in the dome, I feel like Port was starting to res Hank. I think Hank was the first one that went down. I feel like that's a mistake. I strongly dislike Kyra picking people up manually, especially against a Kraken, because all it's going to do is encourage him to lightning strike 2 people instead of 1, and it prevents you from healing. It prevents you from healing yourself from the ally, and you're getting extra damage, and you're not making any progress at that point. So just be very careful with that, especially against a Kraken. I don't like people picking people up until Kraken is very far away, just because at that point the Kraken got 3 strikes instead of 1 when you're in a very, very strong position. That being the case, Hank was doing a really good job with shielding. There are a couple of times when you use an orbital that I disagreed with, but that's just in general. I like to save that for a defense measure, because you didn't really have a way to be protected. And so Hank using a shield on himself, or sorry, an orbital on himself when the Kraken is focusing on him, is really strong in my opinion. And that one time when you used it in the middle of a dome, he could have just evolved right in front of you, and your team is relatively damage light, that without having to worry about Hank's orbital, you probably could have gotten it for a more aggressive evolution, which is what you did. You evolved relatively close after that engagement. That being said, it was really hard. You know, you were struggling to find food at the end, and they were just eventually able to slip you down. And it was really close at the end, though. Like it was going back and forth. I felt like that you guys set up on one spot. I like that spot against all monsters except for Kraken. That's on where you can aim down and you can shoot between that little hole, and you can hit the person on the relay. But with the Kraken, though, because even if you dome in that area, there's no real ways to break line of sight, and so a Kraken would just eat you there. But once you started engaging over on the other side, that was a lot stronger, because you can break line of sight a lot better. But really, really, really good. I also disagree. So if you have 2 or more bars of armor, feel free to go to turn towards the hunters and shoot Banshee Mines, Lightning Strike, Vortex, all that kind of stuff. But if you ever have less than that, especially if you have no armor bars, I think it's much better to just run away, because they'll be hitting your limbs most likely, and you'll take half damage, as opposed to you turning around, especially at their full health, and they just get free headshot damage on you. So just try and be careful about facing the hunters while you're trying to run away. It slows you down, and it just makes your head with like a third of your body target, so they just get free headshots all day. Really good games, though. You guys did really, really, really good.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry. Also, if I talk too fast, just kind of poke me. I do have... I talk a lot slower than I used to, but I do know that I talk fast, and it's a huge info dump, because I just kind of go across the board. Trying to condense a 20-minute match in 2 minutes or whatever doesn't really work. That being the case, Mel Diddy, go ahead and stay here. The rest of us will hop back in a chat, and let me get the next group. Let me double check to see who we still have in the chat room.